Gates can be an entrance into a space. They can be used to control who comes in or out. They can even just be decorative. So today I want to share 5 gates of art history, and you know what? I'm gonna go in chronological order because I feel like it and I can. First up is the Lion's Gate, which was the main entrance of the citadel of Mycenae in southern Greece. Erected during the 14th century BCE on the northwest side of the Acropolis, it is named, as you might assume, after the relief sculpture of 2 lionesses above the entrance. The Lion Gate is the only surviving monumental Mycenaean sculpture, and it is also the largest prehistorical Aegean. A massive 3.1 meters wide and 2.95 meters high, the opening actually had a double door that pivoted open. The lions are carved in high relief in a triangle formation with their front legs standing on a central pillar. Their heads were created separately and are now missing. Lionesses were an emblem of the Mycenaean king and a symbol of their power to both subjects and foreigners. It makes sense to display that to anyone entering your land. Next up is the North Gate of the Great Stupa at Sanchi in Manhub, Pradesh, India. A stupa is a mound-like or hemispherical structure that contains Buddhist relics. It's also used by Buddhists as a place of meditation. The Great Stupa at Sanchi is the oldest stone structure in India, commissioned in the 3rd century BCE, but it wasn't until the 1st century BCE that these elaborately carved gateways, called Toranas, were added. The gates are decorated with narrative sculptures showing the scenes of Buddha's life. One story is about the previous life of Buddha as Vasantra, where he gave away all his possessions to those in need. He even gave away his children and wife before the god Indra acknowledges his selflessness and restores his family and possessions. These carvings served both as a spiritual merit for the donor who funded the carving, but also as a way to teach illiterate followers the story and creed of Buddha. Todai-ji is a Buddhist temple complex in Nara, Japan. It houses the world's largest bronze statue of the Buddha, Daibutsu, but let's talk about its gate. In particular, I want to share Nandaimon, which is the Great South Gate, which was constructed at the end of the 12th century after the original gate was destroyed in a typhoon during the Heian period. It features 2 28-foot guardians that were built around the same time by Unkei, Kaikei, and their workshop, called a A-Un pair. One has an open mouth, A, and one has a closed mouth, which is said to represent life and death, the beginning and the end. They stand guard as a pair of protectors on either side of the entrance. Their fierce and threatening appearance wards off evil spirits and keeps the temple grounds free of demons and thieves. The next gate that I want to talk about, unlike the previous 3 gates where you could actually walk through them, this gate is totally unfunctional. The Gates of Hell is a monumental sculptural work by the French artist Auguste Rodin. It is 6 meters high, 4 meters wide, and 1 meter deep, and depicts a scene from Dante's Inferno. The piece was commissioned in 1880 as an entrance to a planned decorative arts museum. The museum was never built, but Rodin continued to work on this project on and off for 37 years until his death in 1917. One of the most interesting and recognizable aspects of the gate is the figures. Now, there's 180 figures which range from 15 centimeters high to more than 1 meter, but you may recognize a handful of them as several figures throughout are made as larger studies and standalone pieces. You're probably already familiar with the Thinker and the 3 Shades, but did you know that the Kiss was also made for the gates, but were later removed because they seemed to conflict with the suffering figures? Finally, let's wrap this up with a contemporary piece, which is Christo and Jean-Claude's The Gates. The Gates was a site-specific work of 7,503 vinyl gates along 23 miles of Central Park in New York City. Each gate had a sheet of deep saffron-colored nylon fabric, which was shown from February 12th to the 22nd in 2005. The gates had mixed reactions. Some welcomed the bright colors against the winter landscape, but others didn't like how it looked. It increased the number of visitors, which can be good or bad depending on who you are. Either way, it was taken down without a trace, and its materials were industrially recycled. So those are 5 gates that I wanted to share with you. Let me know what you think I should check out. What are your favorite gates of art history? Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you check out some of my other 5 in 5 videos. I'll have a playlist linked down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.